Alrighty, I'm going to do some examples on multiplying or dividing in order to find the variable. Remember, when we have problems like this, we follow these 3 steps. Okay, so it's important you have those 3 steps written into your notebook for 6.3 notes. Okay, so the first problem we're going to do is we're going to take 3x and we're going to find what x equals. Okay, so something multiplied by 3 equals 15. Okay, so this says something multiplied by 3 equals 15. And how we do this is we start by following our first step. So step number 1 says to draw a line. Remember, we draw a line straight down the middle, because whatever we do to one side, we must do to the other. So since we have some multiplication going on, you see the 3 and the x are smushed together, that means now we're going to undo, which means to do the inverse of that multiplication. So what's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So that means in order to get x all alone, I'm going to divide 3. Okay, so I'm going to divide this 3x by 3 to get rid of it. It cancels it out. Okay, so it gets rid of it. Okay, so now I have x all alone on this side. Remember, if I divided 3 by 3 over here to get 0 and x by itself, that means I'm going to divide 3 over here. So I have 15 divided by 3. Okay, 15 divided by 3 gets us an answer of 5. Okay, let's go ahead and check our work real quick. Remember, we always need to check our answer. That's the second step, or the third step. So here's my check over here. And when we check our work, we're just taking this original problem and plugging in that number. So lesson 6.1, we're just testing the solution. So if our problem is 3x equals 15, again, the original problem we have right here, and we're going to check this solution of 5. That means I'm going to take 5 and plug it in to where my x is in my equation. Okay, so now I have 3 smushed together with 5. That's what I'm testing. And I'm seeing if that equals 15. Okay, I know when I count by 5s, 3 times, I get 15. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 does equal 15, or 5 times 3. So if 15 is on both sides of my equal sign, that means my equation is balanced, and it does equal. Okay, so that means x equals 5 would be a true solution. Okay, so we just solved for x there. X equals 5. Let's try another one real fast. So my problem is we're going to take 4x and it equals 24. Okay, really quickly, what's my first step? Think about it, think about it, think about it. Step number 1 is just draw a line. That one should be super quick. And we draw a line because remember, whatever I do to this side, I have to do this side. And it's super important to remember, wherever I see my variable, that's the side I'm going to manipulate. That's the side I'm going to do something to start. Okay? Since my x is over here, that means I need to get rid of whatever's with the x. And this 4 is with the x. In order to undo or get rid of what's that 4, we need to undo the multiplication. So that means we need to divide this by 4. Okay? 4 divided by 4, that gets us 0. And so x is all alone then. Okay, so x just gets carried down since we got rid of this. Okay, we're undoing it. Okay, when we do the opposite of something, opposite, that means it undoes it. So it cancels it out. Okay, since I divided by 4 over here, what should I divide by over here? I should divide by 4. So 24 divided by 4 is, let's see here, 6, 12, 18, 24. Okay. 4 times 6 gets us 24, so 24 divided by 4 would be 6. Let's go ahead and plug that into our equation. Let's do our check. That's step number 3. When we check, remember we are just taking the original problem, this 4x 4x equals 24, and we're plugging that the solution that we figured out into our problem. Okay, so that means we're going to take the 4. And since it's smushed together with x, we're going to multiply that 4 by the 6. That's the number we're testing. And we're going to see, does it equal 24? Does it equal 24? Well, let's see, when I count by 4s 6 times, I do get 24. So does 24 equal 24? Yes, it does. So that means this 6 is a true solution. It is a solution. Okay? Let's quickly review. So had I accidentally got, let's say, the answer 8. So if I said x equals 8 there, that means I would be plugging 8 in to my solution. 4 times 8 actually equals 32. Does 32 equal 24? No, it does not. So that means 8 could not be the solution. Okay, so this could not be a solution. Okay, that's what happens when you do things wrong. When you check your work, you can see that it would not work. So that means you need to go back and reevaluate the problem. Okay, let's go ahead and try some division now. So if we're dividing, we're doing the same thing, but instead of canceling out the division, instead of doing the division to cancel it out, we need to do the opposite. So if our problem is p over 2 equals 9. So where's my variable? Here's my variable on this side. So that means I need to manipulate that side. Step number 1, let's draw the line. So since p is over here, I need to get p all alone. In order to get p alone, I need to do something with this division sign and this 2. What's the opposite of division? Multiplication. So I'm going to undo that multiplication by timesing this division by 2, and that cancels it out. So now I have p all alone. What does p equal? I got to figure that out by multiplying the same thing I multiplied over here, straight over here. So what is 9 times 2? It equals 18. Let's go ahead and check our work. That's step number 3. Let's see if this is a true solution, if p truly equals 18. So if my original problem was p over 2 equals 9, then I need to take this 18 and plug it in right here. So I have 18 divided by 2 equals 9. Half of 18 does equal 9, so I have 9 on both sides. 9 equals 9, so this would make it a true statement. When you think about these problems, think about what divided by 2 equals 9. Okay, that's some strategies you can think of. All right, let's do one more quick problem. This one's going to be a word problem. Okay, so it says a number divided by 9 is 2. When we look at these word problems, I encourage you to write the equation out first. So what does a number mean? Let's talk about this. What does a number mean? Well, a number just means something I don't know, so I need to figure that out. When we don't know it, that's where we can use our variable. So let's use x. So x, and then it's telling us to divide. So I'm going to write the division symbol. Divided by, what am I dividing by? 9. So x divided by 9. And then it says it is 2. So that word is telling me it equals 2. Okay. So now I have my problem. Now I can start. Okay. So I took those words, turned it into a problem, and I can begin with step number 1. 1 is to draw that line. Step 2 says to undo the multiplication or division. Well, I've got a division sign, so that means I need to do the opposite. I need to multiply by 9 to cancel this stuff out. Okay. Since I multiplied by 9 over here, I also need to multiply by 9 over here. 2 times 9 gets me 18. Okay. So an x, therefore, would equal 18. Let's plug that back into our problem to check our work. Here's our check. Okay. So if our problem was x divided by 9 equals 2, let's plug in 18 for that. 18 divided by 9 equals 2. I would agree. If I have 18 people and I put them into 9 groups, how many people go into each group? Well, 2 people will go in each of those groups. So since 2 equals 2, this would make this equation true. Alrighty, go ahead and do those practice problems. If you need help, come to Ops Hours.